Absolutely never bring these taboo items into your home unless you want your money to disappear, bad luck to show up, or even disaster to strike your entire family. Hello, I am Master Han. In Feng Shui, a house is not just a place to live. It is considered the container of energy for the whole family. Everything you place inside your home either nourishes or disrupts that flow of energy. There are certain objects that may seem harmless, some even kept around as sentimental mementos, but in the realm of Feng Shui, they can act like a hidden door, silently inviting in negative energy. In today's video, I am going to show you 6 objects that are absolutely forbidden in your home, no matter how much you love them. Because keeping these things does not just dim the energy field around you, it can also unknowingly block your path to wealth and prosperity. But before we dive in, leave a positive affirmation in the comments. I keep my home energetically clean so abundance can flow in endlessly. This is your way of opening the door to good fortune, allowing positive energy to start flowing into your life from today. And do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss future tips on how to preserve lasting prosperity. So what are the items that may look completely harmless but are actually energy killers in Feng Shui, silently draining your wealth and drawing bad luck into your home? Let us begin with the very first item. Number 1. Photos of deceased people. In Feng Shui, a photo is not just a memory printed on paper. Each photo carries a portion of the energetic field of the person it depicts. When that person is alive, the photo holds yang energy, which represents vitality, growth, and liveliness. But once they pass away, the image becomes a kind of anchor for yin energy, acting like a small portal to the still and silent world. If the photo is of a family member, its presence may serve as a way to honor their memory and keep a blood bond. But if it is a picture of someone unrelated to your family, that energy becomes disconnected, unable to harmonize with the atmosphere of your living space. As a result, it disrupts the natural energetic flow and throws off the balance of your home. You will often notice this through subtle signs: a heavy, tense atmosphere, people struggling with insomnia, difficulty focusing, or feeling low for no apparent reason. This is not superstition. It is a natural result of too much yin energy entering the space, weakening the flow of yang energy, which nourishes health, luck, and harmony. When it comes to finances, a photo of a deceased person not related to your family often becomes a blockage in the flow of wealth. Wealth can only accumulate when the energy is clear and vibrant, but an object carrying yin energy works like a vacuum, sucking away prosperity. This can lead to financial instability, job setbacks, missed opportunities, and even difficulty holding on to the money you do make. What is more concerning is that this impact does not only affect one person. Elderly family members may feel emotionally heavy. Younger adults may experience mental stress. And small children might become restless, startled easily, or cry without cause. There are even families who only regain peace and improve fortune after removing unfamiliar photos, followed by noticeable improvement in both health and financial stability. In Feng Shui, the best solution is simply not to keep these types of photos in your living space. If you wish to show respect, you can take them to a temple or place them in an appropriate ancestral area, but never place them in the living room or bedroom spaces that need a strong flow of yang energy. If you must deal with them, wrap the photo carefully in clean white paper or cloth, sprinkle a bit of salt over it, and bury it in a peaceful location. Always remember this fundamental Feng Shui rule. If a home wants to attract wealth and hold on to good fortune, it must first be bright open and free of unwanted yin energy. Sometimes even just one seemingly harmless photo is enough to throw the entire energy flow off course. Number 2. Old gemstone jewelry. In Feng Shui, gemstones are not only elegant accessories or symbols of wealth, they are also seen as natural energy batteries. They absorb, store, and amplify the energy of whoever wears them. Because of this quality, any gemstone that has spent a long time with someone will carry clear traces of their energy, joy, good luck, but also sadness, failure, or illness. This explains why using secondhand gemstone jewelry can be risky. If the previous owner went through a hard time, the negative energy they carried may have soaked into the stone. If the jewelry is passed on to a new person without being energetically cleansed, it may not bring luck at all. Instead, the new owner could unknowingly absorb the leftover negative energy. It is like borrowing someone's clothes without washing them, except instead of dirt or bacteria, what sticks is invisible energy that can deeply affect you. There are many real-life stories of people who, after buying a used ring or necklace, suddenly experienced unexplained troubles, stagnant work life, increased tension in relationships, or unexpected health issues. At first, no one connects it to the jewelry until they remove it or cleanse it. Only then does the situation begin to improve. In Feng Shui, this is a classic example of energy contamination, when the energy field of the wearer gets thrown off by the lingering vibration of the previous owner. One of the most serious effects of wearing secondhand gemstones is what we call the transfer of misfortune. If the previous owner carried debt, suffered business losses, or struggled with their career, that energy can imprint on the stone. When you wear it, instead of attracting wealth, it may spread financial instability into your life. And if the stone belonged to someone who was seriously ill, that vibration can negatively impact your health too. Now it is important to know that gemstone jewelry can be powerful wealth magnets. Their natural energy can amplify positive vibrations, helping the wearer attract luck, clarity, and confidence. But that only happens when the stone is energetically clean. For this reason, Feng Shui always recommends, if you want to wear gemstones, buy new ones or make sure any old stones have been thoroughly cleansed before bringing them into your home or wearing them. There are many cleansing methods: sunlight, natural spring water, coarse sea salt, burning incense, or using a Tibetan singing bowl. The goal is to restore the stone to its pure original state, free of all lingering energy. Never underestimate the power of a ring or a bracelet. It can become a source of support or a quiet burden. And in Feng Shui, even the smallest mistake can disrupt the fragile balance of your fortune. That is why you should never bring secondhand gemstone jewelry into your home unless you are absolutely sure it has been cleansed and returned to a state of energetic purity. Number 3. Coins and personal items found on the street. Money and personal belongings are deeply tied to the energy field of their owner. When these items appear abandoned on the street, it is rarely by accident. In many cases, they were deliberately discarded, used as a way to release bad luck or illness. In Feng Shui terms, this is like sending out unwanted energy into a public space, hoping that by getting rid of it, the person can be freed from it. But if you pick it up and bring it home, you have unintentionally accepted that energy. The very energy someone else tried to reject becomes part of your home's energetic system. From that moment, the stability of your house begins to shift. Minor disturbances may surface: restlessness, unease, irritability, and over time they may grow into more serious financial or personal issues. Feng Shui refers to this as energetic contamination. Just like a single drop of ink can cloud an entire bowl of clear water, even a tiny trace of leftover energy from a found object can throw your home's energy off balance. And when the flow of energy is disrupted, it becomes almost impossible for wealth and prosperity to settle in. One reason people often let their guard down is because the object seems insignificant. Maybe a single coin, a crumpled bill, or an old bracelet. It feels like a lucky find. But Feng Shui does not measure danger by monetary value, it measures it by energetic imprint. And sometimes the smallest items carry the heaviest energetic burdens because you have no idea what stories they once held. The smart response is never to pick these things up. But if you already touched it, leave it in an open space, letting wind and sunlight disperse the leftover energy. If it has already entered your home, remove it immediately. Sprinkle some white salt or burn some incense to cleanse the air and restore energetic flow. This is not just a ritual, it is a way to protect the continuity of your household's energetic system. Those who understand Feng Shui do not see a coin on the street as free money. They see it as a test of awareness. True wealth does not come from chance or shadowy sources. It only flows through clarity and integrity. Keep your hands clean and free from things that do not belong to you. That is the real foundation for lasting abundance and strong fortune in your home. Number 4. Branches or leaves from ancient trees, especially those near temples or shrines. In Feng Shui, trees are not just greenery, Providing shade, they are believed to gather and store energy from both the earth and the sky. The older the tree, the deeper its roots, the broader its branches, the more powerful the energy that builds up around it. However, not all energy is positive. Beneath the canopy of massive old trees, there is often a stagnant flow of energy, and that type of energy becomes a welcoming shelter for unsettled spirits. This becomes even more intense when the ancient tree grows near temples, shrines, or sacred places. These locations are already resting places for spiritual energies. Add in the deep shade of a towering tree and the area becomes a hub for yin energy. For most people, just walking past such a place can cause a chill. So imagine what happens when you actually pick a branch or leaf and bring it home. In Feng Shui, that action is no different from carrying a piece of heavy yin energy straight into your living space. Many people maintain the tradition of picking lucky leaves at the beginning of the year, believing the branch will bring prosperity. But it is important to understand this correctly. Luck does not reside in a leaf. It resides in the energy field you cultivate within your home. If that branch came from a place saturated with yin energy, then what you are bringing home is not abundance but a sense of heaviness. Rather than increasing wealth, it disrupts the flow of positive energy, often leading to financial strain, emotional tension, or long-term instability. The danger is that this impact rarely shows itself right away. It often begins subtly with restless sleep, minor arguments, or a vague sense of discomfort. Over time, these things snowball into setbacks in work, finances, and family well-being. You might look back and find it hard to believe that it all started from a single, innocent-looking branch. But in Feng Shui, that one branch can act as a hidden door for negative energy to seep into a space that should be bright and harmonious. Instead of picking leaves from ancient temple trees, choose to attract fortune through light and freshness. A vibrant bouquet in your living room, a glowing candle on New Year's Eve, or simply opening your doors to let in the early year breeze, these all carry healthy, uplifting energy. True luck does not come from a branch snapped off in darkness, but from the free and balanced movement between yin and yang energy in your home. Feng Shui does not oppose the tradition of picking fortune, but it reminds us that fortune must come from a source of light. Taking it from dark, yin-saturated places is like planting seeds in barren soil. Something might grow, but the harvest will never be sweet. On the other hand, when you know how to choose the right energy source, your home becomes fertile ground where both wealth and peace can flourish together. Number 5. Cracked or broken mirrors. In Feng Shui, a mirror is not simply a tool to see your reflection. It is seen as a spiritual gateway, an interface between the energy inside your home and the forces outside. A perfect, unbroken mirror reflects light, doubles brightness, and helps spread yang energy throughout the space. It strengthens the flow of fortune and clarity. But once a mirror cracks, this function takes a dramatic turn for the worse. A crack in a mirror acts like a break in the flow of energy. Instead of reflecting and amplifying light, it scatters energy into fragments, distorting the energetic field within your home. Keeping a cracked mirror is the same as allowing these energy fragments to radiate around you daily. Over time, you may find your emotions unstable, your relationships strained, and your finances quietly draining away, just like water seeping through a cracked pipe. Pay close attention. When placed in the right position, a mirror can open up and brighten your space. But even a small crack in the glass causes the reflection to warp. What you see is no longer whole, but distorted. That means the energy you absorb each day is also warped, no longer clear or connected. In Feng Shui, this kind of distortion is the root of anxiety, confusion at work, and miscommunication within the household. What is especially important to understand is that mirrors are considered inviting objects. They attract and reflect energy. When a mirror breaks, it no longer protects your space, it begins inviting negative energy instead. This is why many families with cracked mirrors report a noticeable drop in luck, health, or emotional stability, even if they cannot immediately identify the cause. In Feng Shui, holding on to a broken mirror is one of the most serious mistakes you can make. The rule is simple: mirrors must remain intact. If a mirror becomes cracked or shattered, you must take care of it right away. The safest method is to wrap it in a clean cloth, sprinkle some white salt over it to neutralize the energy, and then dispose of it properly. Never let it sit inside the home for long. This is not just about getting rid of broken items. It is about sealing up a breach in the energetic system of your home. You need to remember Feng Shui and prosperity do not allow for broken pathways. Any gap in the energy field can become an entry point for misfortune. A whole mirror can double the light, but a cracked one doubles instability. That is why this seemingly small detail should never be ignored. Number 6. Old dolls, especially broken ones. In Feng Shui, dolls are not just toys or decorative items. Because of their human-like form, they interact with energy fields in a unique and sensitive way. This quality makes dolls far more spiritually reactive than other inanimate objects. If the doll is new and clean, it might simply serve an entertaining or aesthetic role. But once it becomes old, and especially when damaged, missing an eye, torn, or distorted, it turns into an energetic void that easily attracts negative energy. Keeping a broken doll in the house is like keeping a container full of instability. These types of objects often create an eerie, unsettling atmosphere that is difficult to explain. In terms of Feng Shui, that discomfort is a sign that the energetic field in your home has been disrupted. And that disruption does not just affect the space, it directly influences the people in it. Children may have trouble sleeping. Adults may struggle with focus. And the overall family atmosphere becomes tense and uneasy. One reason dolls are considered especially dangerous is their resemblance to human beings. This makes them ideal bridges for invisible forces or even spiritual entities to attach themselves. That is why so many cultures around the world have cautionary tales about old dolls. From a Feng Shui perspective, those stories are not superstition. They reflect the very real ability of dolls to absorb and retain negative energy. Once a doll becomes a host for yin energy, it throws off the balance in your home. Wealth struggles to gather, mental clarity fades, and a constant sense of unease replaces the peace that every home should have. That is why broken dolls are always listed as highly inauspicious items that should never be allowed in your living space. If you still have old or damaged dolls in your house, the best course of action is to remove them with care. Wrap them in clean fabric, sprinkle some salt to neutralize any lingering energy, and bury them in an open, quiet space. Never throw them away casually. This is how you prevent yin energy from spreading further while restoring the healthy energy flow of your home. Once you have removed those taboo objects, there is something just as important to remember. Your everyday habits have a powerful, quiet influence on the energy and prosperity of your home. In Feng Shui, your daily routines are repeated energy patterns that form the overall frequency of your household. If those patterns are harmonious, good energy is nurtured. But if your habits create disorder, the home becomes a space where negative energy accumulates, making it difficult for wealth to stay and good luck to last. One of the habits that directly affects prosperity is how you maintain your front door. The door is the very first place where positive energy enters. It is also the mouth through which wealth flows into your home. If the entryway is messy, dirty, or blocked by clutter, fresh energy is prevented from flowing in. It is like building a dam in front of a stream, stopping fortune from reaching you. On the other hand, keeping your front door clean, bright, and open is one of the simplest ways to welcome opportunities and abundance into your life every single day. Equally important is the way household members speak and interact with each other. Every conversation carries its own energy. Arguments, complaints about money, or constant negativity create a heavy, low vibration that ripples throughout the entire space. If this becomes a habit, the house begins to lose its brightness, and luck will struggle to stick around. But positive words, daily gratitude, and kind wishes act like gentle breezes, circulating uplifting energy that encourages wealth and well-being to gather and stay. There is another habit that often goes unnoticed, yet has a deep impact on Feng Shui and prosperity: hoarding broken or unused items. These objects no longer serve any purpose, but they take up space, blocking the natural flow of energy. Just like a river clogged with debris, your work and finances may become stagnant or delayed for no obvious reason. Removing these items is like clearing the stream, allowing the energy to move freely, and with it your success and financial flow. As we come to the end of this journey, you may have realized one important truth: Feng Shui is not about superstition, it is about awareness. A home can be a place where fortune grows, or it can become a magnet for chaos. The difference lies in how you nurture the energy field around you. Always remember, energy does not lie. Every object you keep, every habit you maintain, leaves a clear mark on the flow of blessings in your life. That is why starting today, you should train yourself to live mindfully and intentionally. Let your home become fertile ground where good energy blossoms day by day, and abundance, health, and peace live together under one roof. Before we wrap up, I want you to leave a powerful affirmation in the comments. I welcome bright energy and prosperity into my home every single day. This is not just a statement, it is the beginning of a new energy flow in your life. And if you truly want to continue on this journey with me, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. In the next videos, I will continue to guide you step by step, not only to help you maintain the wealth you have today, but to expand your blessings for the long term for your entire family. Let this be my final reminder to you: treat your home like a living being. It needs clarity, care, and respect. When your home is at peace, your heart will be at peace. And when your heart is at peace, prosperity will naturally find its way to you, just like a river always flows toward the sea.